Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's me, Shannon LaBruguiere. I am live and loving it on this final Sunday Night Live of 2020. I'm not going to lie. I am looking forward to closing the door on 2020 and jumping into 2021, both feet full bore, full speed ahead. It is going to be great. I invite you to hang out with me for a little while to find out how you can make 2021 awesome. And welcome to those of you who are jumping on. Thank you for being here. Say hi in the comments. Let us know you're here. If this is the first time you've ever been on Sunday Night Live or have joined us live, make sure you tell us who you are and where you're from. Tammy is on and she says she is excited for 2021 too. It's going to be amazing. I'm delighted to hear, Tammy, that you are looking forward to it. It's going to be great. So I don't know about you guys. I hope your Christmas was peaceful and wonderful. And I'm sure it's probably different than it has been in years past, but that's not all bad. I really did learn to embrace some of the slower pace this year. Hey, Samantha, I'm glad you're here. Welcome. Welcome for those of you who are jumping on. We are going to talk about how to thrive in 2021. And we can do it because we intend to do it. This is one of those areas where we can't guarantee the outcome, but we can guarantee how we show up. And that will make sure that the outcomes we get are the outcomes that are going to allow us to thrive and grow. We can't be specific about it all, but we can be specific about us. We can control how we show up. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. Kelly, hi, I'm glad you're here. Welcome. If you're new to Sunday Night Live or if you've never been on watching live, I encourage you to say hi in the comments, jump on. If you've got some thoughts as we're going through what we're talking about tonight, feel free to pop them in there. This is a conversation, and we are transformed when we have good conversations like this. So I encourage you, jump in, don't be shy. All right, so I want to thank Thumb Roast Coffee for being a sponsor of Sunday Night Live and also for making the world's best coffee because it's delicious. So if you want to try Thumb Roast Coffee, if you've never tried it, you can get it online at thumbroastcoffee.com and you get a discount because you are a Sunday Night Live viewer and listener. So just type into the discount code area, THRIVE, THRIVE, and you will get your 15% off. I encourage you to try it. It is so good. I've been enjoying mine every morning since, oh my gosh, since the beginning of December. It's been amazing. I've been drinking my Christmas blend and it makes me feel festive. It's awesome. So I encourage you to do that. Okay, let's see. One more thing before we jump into tonight's topic. I want you to know that you can take advantage of a free webinar. Yay! If you check out on Facebook, the Thrive and Change calendar, you're going to see some upcoming free webinars that you can take advantage of. And I encourage you to do it. The first one is being held on, let me see, January 7th at 10 a.m. and it will be recorded. So even if you can't be on at the Thursday, it's a Thursday morning. If you can't be there live, sign up anyway, and you'll have access to the recorded replay. And we are talking about vision boards. If you've never done a vision board, this is a perfect introduction to what they are, how to do them, and we're just going to explore the topic of why even do a vision board. I'm a big fan. I love vision boards. I love doing them, and I love leading people in doing them. So this is your chance to learn more about what vision boarding is all about. And it's called Vision Board Explored. And all you have to do right here on the banner, there's a link that tells you where to go. So if you're viewing this on the video, follow that link and you will be able to go sign up for the webinar, even if you can't be there live. I encourage you to do that. And what's really cool is If you've already done a vision board, this will be a great chance for you to kind of get your creative juices flowing, because later in January on a Saturday, I am going to be hosting an actual vision board party for all of the people who work with me. And that includes the viewers and the listeners to Thrive and Change and Sunday Night Live. So this will be a great way for you to get started thinking about vision boarding, so that when you get your invitation to come to my vision board party, which is probably going to be virtual because we're still dealing with the pandemic stuff, but it's still going to be fun, still going to be powerful. So anyway, I encourage you, sign up for that webinar, okay? You're going to love it. And I'm excited to bring it to you free. And every first Thursday of every month, I will be giving a free webinar. So this month, or in January, it's going to be vision boards. And in February, just so you know, it's going to be on FOMO. And if you don't know what FOMO is, stay tuned, because you've probably experienced it. So, all right, with that, we are going to get started. And we're talking about 2021, jumping in with both feet, making sure that we are facing forward, setting our intentions to thrive, not to struggle, not that we're not going to have challenges, but we can look forward to this coming year and say, you know what? I plan to thrive in 2021. This is going to be a great year. I'm going to take what I've learned in 2020 and I'm going to maximize that. I'm going to take advantage of the lessons I learned. And when I head into 2021, it's going to be powerful and awesome. So are you ready? If you're ready, give me a thumbs up. We are going to start. And this is the approach we're going to take. We're going to look at 2021 through the lens of our Thrive and Change principles. So do you remember the Thrive and Change principles? If not, I'm going to refresh you. Okay, the first one is this: bring the honor. And you might want to write these down. In fact, I might just put together a worksheet. How many of you would like a worksheet that you could maybe use to write down some of these principles and some of your thoughts? I think I'm going to, I love the thumbs up. Yeah, I think I'm going to create a worksheet and I'll post it on the Thrive and Change page so that if you want to download a worksheet, you'll be able to use it. But for now, just jot these down on paper. The first one is this: bring the honor. Bring the honor. Number 2 is this: respect the now. Oh, Kelly would love it. Okay, good. Excellent, Kelly. So I'll make sure I do that, and I'll make sure that it's posted where everybody can download the worksheet. We're talking about these 4 principles: bring the honor, respect the now, trust the process, and find the beauty. So I want you to think about, as you're looking ahead toward 2021, how are you going to show up? How are you going to show up in 2021? How are you going to bring the honor into this new year? How are you going to take your first step into 2020? What kind of character qualities are you going to bring that are going to not just make 2021 okay and doable, but allow you to thrive? So I've been thinking about this a little bit, and this is what I've decided. I've decided for me to bring the honor into 2021 that I need to be very, very intentional. We talk about being intentional here on Sunday Night Live and Thrive and Change a lot, but I've discovered that if I'm not careful, and I'm just talking about me here, if I'm not careful, oops, I've got the wrong thing showing there. Hold on. Wait, what? Bring the honor. If I'm not careful and I'm not intentional about who I intend to be, sometimes I get overwhelmed by my circumstances. And so this is who I'm going to be in 2021. I'm going to be a person who brings truth to situations. I really want to be a truthful person. I want to speak the truth in love. To me, that's honorable. I want to speak the truth in love. When I look back on 2020 and I can review, and this is a good thing to look back and see, how did I do these things in 2020? How did I bring the honor in 2020? And I'm interested to hear from you how you brought the honor in 2020. So I know going way back to March when the COVID restrictions first hit here in the United States, I right away teamed up with one of my partner coaches in the John Maxwell team, and we immediately scheduled 4 leadership training sessions for entrepreneurs and business people. And we hosted 4 weeks running a leadership training program for business people and entrepreneurs that would allow them to learn how to lead in crisis. And we did that for no charge. We did that because we knew people would need it. And I look back on that and think that really was bringing the honor. And that's part of the reason why I'm having free webinars in 2021, because that's a way to bring the honor, to give back, to feed into people. So I'm curious, how about you? How are you planning to bring the honor? So Carol says this is interesting. I have to get a smartphone, number 1. Yeah, Carol, you've been operating on a flip phone, right? Yeah, a smartphone. Now, I'm curious, Carol, why is a smartphone so important to you thriving in 2021? Just off the top of your head, I find that curious. I mean, I'm curious about that. And let's see what else Carol says. She says, you kept us positive. Well, that was one of my ways to bring the honor, Carol. And thank you. Thank you for receiving it, because that was another way I chose to bring the honor in 2020. And I will continue doing that in 2021. So you kept us positive, Carol says. When so many were complaining about this year, we still came out of this year knowing we were ahead in so many ways. Yeah. Bringing the honor says, I am going to show up and I'm going to be positive. I'm going to have a positive stance, right? So how about you? How did you bring the honor in 2020? Because that could be a way that you continue to expand in 2021. So I encourage you, drop that in the comments. I can't wait to hear how you are bringing the honor, how you brought the honor in 2020, so that you can leverage that as you move forward into 2021. Let me see, another way to bring the honor in 2020 that I found a little bit challenging was for me to face fear. To me, that's one of my characteristics, one of the aspects of my character that I intend to cultivate more in 2021. Facing fear and not allowing it to immobilize me or to break me down. But I intentionally want to, in 2021, face the unknowns with confidence, with a positive stance, bringing the honor, and also knowing that there are good things in store. So Kelly's sharing here what her bring the honor is. I am not going to be so hard on myself. I realize that it's okay to relax and think about me. Yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And bringing that with you into 2021, looking forward, you're going to see such a transformation in the effect that has, because you're not just reacting, you're being proactive about that plan. I love it. All right, the next principle is this: respect the now. So looking back on 2020, this idea of respecting the now was probably at the forefront for me, because I'm going to tell you, it would have been really easy to just keep pining for the good old days, right? I want it to be like it was before. And that's legit. That is legit. It absolutely is. I'm not saying that we can't indulge that for a little while and say, you know what, I miss the good old days when we didn't have to wear masks and when we got together with our families. That is legitimate. But in 2020, I learned that it was important for me not to pine for what was. In other words, looking back I'm not going that way, right? It was important for me to get my intention set on not wanting it to be different than it was, and not looking too far ahead saying it's going to be different in a year and putting my whole life on hold waiting. I learned by choosing it, and I know some of you have too, and I want to hear about it. I learned by choosing to respect the now that even right in the middle of a pandemic, there are things we can appreciate, and it's important to be in the moment. It's important to realize this is where I'm at right now. For good or for bad, I need to know where I'm at. Getting our bearings, so important. How did you respect 2020? How did you respect the now? What was it that you finally had to let go and say, you know what? I'm just going to have to accept, in my case, I'm just going to have to accept that my serving people has moved into the virtual space because I am not able to gather with people like I used to do for my business. So me understanding finally, you know what? Holding my breath so that I can go back to my in-person speaking is probably not a great idea. So Shannon, how are you going to respect the now, work with the tools that you have right now, in the circumstances that we're in right now, to be able to continue to serve people? And so as I look forward to 2021, I'm thinking, okay, how can I take a look every day? What's going on today? What do people need today? And how can I serve today? And what tools do I need to use today? Another thing that I'm planning on doing in 2021 is being more present with the people that I'm with, which means if I'm sitting or even in the same room with my husband or my kids or my granddaughter, I want to really be there with them. I don't want to be wishing that somebody else was there and then squandering the time I have with them, right? Understanding that right now there's important stuff happening and I can be present and I can listen. It's going to be powerful. And I plan to do more of that in 2021. How about you? Let's see. Carol says this: you taught us to say no and to put our energy into being generous to others, bringing meals, being encouraging, continuing to work on ourselves. Yeah. Respecting the now. This is what people need right now. They need encouragement, right? They need meals sometimes. They need a pat on the back. They need a hand up. Understanding that when we are in tune with the people that we care about and we're present with them and what they're going through, listening, wow, we can make such an impact. So I know for me, moving forward, that's my plan, to be more aware when I'm in the moment with the people that I'm with, really listening. Really listening. Oh, Peggy Sue, it's good to have you from Louisiana. Yay! And thank you for joining us here on Sunday Night Live. I appreciate it. And thanks for saying hi. And thanks for bringing the Southern contingent today, because I think you might be our furthest south listener who's on live right now. But unless somebody's lurking, if you're farther south, feel free to go to put your name in there. Otherwise, Peggy Sue gets the prize. But welcome, Peggy. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, so looking at this Thrive principle of respect the now and applying it intentionally as we move forward into 2021 is going to be amazing, because what it allows you to do is really make those connections. And those connections are the things that allow us to change and transform, not just ourselves, but others. It allows us to be able to have a solid rock in the midst of rapid change. And we don't know what 2021 holds, do we? We do not know, but what we do know is this: when we have intentionally decided to bring the honor, this is how I'm going to show up. And we've decided that we are going to respect the now. It is what it is. Not argue with the now, not wish it was something different, but just take it for what it is and make our decisions based on how can we move forward, knowing what we know. Changes everything. We start making progress and not just treading water. All right. The third Thrive principle is this one: trust the process. Trust the process. What process did you rely on in 2020 to get you through? What process did you rely on? Because I had a couple, and I'd love for you to share yours. And please do, if you've got a process that you followed that was really valuable in 2020 that allowed you to thrive in the midst of all that rapid change, share it with us so that we can copy, blatantly steal, apply it in our lives, or give us some food for thought. I'd love to hear how you trusted a process in 2020. And how did you use that process? What did that process allow you to do? So one of the first processes that was new to me in 2020 was for several months. I was part of a live prayer team that I went live on Facebook Live in a prayer group every morning at 6 a.m. for several months. And even when things were chaotic and terrible, even when I didn't get a whole lot of sleep, I had to get up at 5:45 a.m. so that I could be ready to pray with people and for people live on Facebook at 6 a.m. And that process of consistently having to get up and bring honor totally got me through those rocky months at the beginning of the pandemic when everything was on lockdown here in the United States. It was powerful, that consistent, I'm just going to show up. I'm doing it for others. I'm not even doing it for myself. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to 2021 and saying, what kind of processes can I consistently do that are going to allow me to thrive, that are going to help me to grow? And one of those processes is I'm going to continue to consistently, I'm going to continue consistently growing, learning new things, reading good books, applying good principles, talking to good coaches, tuning in to people that are going to allow me to stretch and expand. That process of me consistently, continuously growing is what is going to keep 2021, not just here where it's starting, it's going to keep it on the upward climb. I plan to end 2021 triumphant. And I know that's going to happen, not because of some magical thing, but because I've consistently committed to doing what I know is helpful and good. That daily prayer, that daily learning and growing, that consistently gathering together with people who are positive and like-minded, like we do in the Livestream Leadership Program, or like I do at church on a weekly basis, consistently following a process that will eventually pay off with the results that we want to see in our life. 100%. That's my focus, to keep that up and to continuously find ways to add value to people. That's another reason why I'm starting the free webinars, because that consistent process of me preparing a webinar, sharpening my skills, and then delivering it to people helps me to grow and get better at my craft. But it also provides you with a way to consistently grow. So if you are looking for a process that's going to allow you to get better and better and better, that will allow you to put on your calendar on a regular basis, I'm going to learn something new and I'm going to grow in the area of thriving and change and leading myself well. If you need that, those free webinars are perfect for you. Now you've got a built-in growth plan. So it's for you. It's for you. It's for me to get better, and it's for you to get better. It's a win-win. So I encourage you to go and sign up for that Vision Board Explored webinar and get your 2021 started following a process of continuous growth. Peggy says this. Yes, that's what I'm going to do also. Planning on growing, right? planning on stretching, growing, when we can look ahead and say, I'm going to grow and stretch, the next step is how. Specifically, where am I going to do that? How am I going to do that? What does that look like for you? And I'm glad I'm going to put together that worksheet for you guys to download, and I'll post it. You'll see that tomorrow on the Thrive and Change page. That's going to help you because you can spend some time with these questions. All right, so let's see. Carol says this, I love you saying that you want to be more present with the people in the room. I really tried to do that the past 3 days, over the Christmas holidays, right? I did not work. Ooh, and you're a hard worker, I know. I made and offered food, asked questions. My daughter told me it was her happiest Christmas. Wow, what was that like for you to hear that? That the thing, you're intentional setting aside of the distractions and being present in the now, you intentionally doing that gave somebody you love dearly her best Christmas ever in the midst of a pandemic. That's powerful. That is powerful. Thank you for sharing that, Carol. You guys, I'm going to get a drink. Hold on. I'm stepping off. All right, much better. Okay, the last one is this. You know, number one is bring the honor, who we are and how we plan to show up. What does that look like in 2021? It's worth thinking about. Respect the now. Respect the now. I know that there are some things that I did in 2020 that worked and they didn't. And so when I look at 2021, one of those things is I'm going to be more present with people. I'm going to be more intentional about being with them. And hold on a second. Carol has a comment about this. She says, I felt bad that I had not done that before. Interesting. That's interesting, Carol. Well, I'm going to encourage you with this thought. The best time to plant a tree is 100 years ago or 20 years ago. And the second best time to plant a tree is now. And you did the best thing that was available to you this year. You started now. You started now. And we can look back and regret what we didn't know. And that's legitimate. I'm not saying that we never can do that. But you can release it because you're pursuing something better. And this is what I love, because when we walk with God, this is what he says. He says he fills in the gaps. God says, I'm going to make the crooked way straight. God says, you know what? The things that the enemy robbed, I'm going to give them back to you. I'm going to restore them. I'm going to give to you so abundantly that it'll be pressed down and shaken together and overflowing. So Carol and anybody else who decide to do better and it worked, it also highlights the fact that I wasn't doing that before. I want you to know that that's okay. That's normal. But also, as you walk forward, God has a great way of filling in those gaps, making up for lost time. So you're doing the right thing by moving forward, moving on, stepping into what you know is good, allowing yourself to grow and take action on it. It's a beautiful thing. Yes. Peggy says yes and amen. All right. The last Thrive and Change principle. Well, we did bring the honor, respect the now, trust the process. That reminds us to be consistent and not give up. Do not get tired of doing the right thing because eventually it pays off. Consistently growing, feeding our soul, doing the right thing over the course of time, even when it's not easy, eventually pays off big time. We just can't get tired of doing it. It's never wasted. Trust the process. There's a process at work in your life. Keep that good process going. All right. And the last one is this: find the beauty. Find the beauty. Beauty is always there. We just have to look for it. Carol, it sounds like over the last 3 days, you set everything aside, decided to respect the now, and in that process of respecting the now, you found beauty. What a beautiful, beautiful thing that by being people of honor, showing up as our best selves, being present with people, respecting them, giving them attention, time, consideration, doing that on a consistent basis. That's the process that we follow when we want people to feel loved and cared for. It allows the beauty to start blossoming. And so I'm encouraging you as you look forward to 2021 to take a deep dive and say, okay, what am I going to do to find the beauty in 2021? We can create beauty, which is a beautiful thing, but we can also find beauty where we didn't expect it. And that will involve us showing up as people of character, respecting where we're at, trusting that there's going to be good stuff there, and then intentionally looking for the beauty in the midst of whatever change 2021 brings us. Anybody have any questions or comments about this? Or do you just want to share a little bit before we sign off about what your holiday's been like? What was the best thing about it? What have you learned that you're going to take forward with you in 2021? I'd love to hear about it. And in the meantime, I want you guys to check out this Vision Board Explored free webinar on the Thrive and Change page. And you can get more information and sign up by going to livestream.leadingthebest.com VBPW0001. Actually, there was a / there. leadingthebest.com / V is in Victor, B is in boy, P is in Paul, VBPW0001. Check that out and you can sign up. Kelly says this, don't take things for granted. Yeah, that's part of respect the now, isn't it? Don't take things for granted. We don't know what tomorrow holds. That's a great one, Kelly. That's a great one. Don't take things for granted. Respect the now. What's happening right now and what beauty is here as we sit. Anybody else before we sign off? You guys are awesome. I'm so honored that you met us here today, that you joined in, that you brought your best self. I appreciate you. I pray that you have a blessed New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, safe. And I pray that it is a year of abundance and that you thrive. I know you will. I know you will, because you are intentionally planning to thrive in the midst of change. And it's a beautiful thing. Carol shares this. Best food was making beef tenderloin. So good. First time I ever made it. Yeah, beef tenderloin. That sounds amazing. Carol, that sounds delicious. So 2021, everybody, moving forward, get yourself a beef tenderloin. All right. God bless you all. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to sharing the Thrive and Change worksheet with you. You'll see that tomorrow on the Thrive and Change page. And I look forward to having you sign up for the Vision Board Explored webinar that takes place on Thursday, January 7th at 10 a.m. You can be there live or you can watch the replay. But either way, I'd love for you to sign up. You guys take care. God bless. I'll see you soon. Bye.